Okay, so there have been three Venom trailers that have come out, and I've been having kind of an issue with the Venom trailers. And I want to watch them with you so I can kind of show you what it is that I'm having an issue with. I just kind of rewatched them before this video so I can get a little bit more of an idea of what I'm going to talk about, and I can't really remember all my points right now, but I'm just going to give it a shot. So let's take a look at it. So this is the first one that came out. And my information, from what I understand, this was rushed. I think that they finished principal photography, and then I think it was about 2 or 3 weeks afterwards, they said, we gotta get a trailer out. And it really shows because Venom's not in the trailer, and that kind of works. Well, let's just watch it first, and then I'll discuss it.
Everyone's got their thing. Maybe it's a breakup, a death, an accident. Whatever it is, you used to be one thing. Now, you're something else. We all have our own problems, our own issues, our own demons.
So, I think my issue with this is that it's very vague. So that's not necessarily an issue because the vagueness kind of builds that hype up. You know, you're constantly guessing throughout the film, like, what's this going to be about? And then at the very end, it shows the V, and then, it builds up hype. I mean, that's the only reason why this was released. So it kind of works to their favor that there really wasn't that much in it. But so I guess my first complaint isn't necessarily the complaint because they're setting up the movie and it seems to kind of be like this darker tone kind of film, where they're trying to, I guess separate itself a little bit from Marvel to show like this is an anti-hero film, and they try to fill it up with lofty dialogue and I don't know, I think it's pretty bad where he says that you used to be one thing and now you're not that thing and now you're something else. I don't know, it sounds so corny and bad and cheesy to me, and it just sounds like that they're just trying to fill up the room with it, instead of actually like having something interesting. And yeah, just kind of like lots of action. It's okay. It's an okay trailer. Let's start with the second one that was released.
Thank you for bringing us collectively to this moment. It is a moment that so many have dreamed of claiming. History starts today.
The guy you work for is an evil person.
I don't work for him. My firm works for him. Are you gonna behave yourself tomorrow?
I told you I'm gonna do my job. I'm a reporter. I follow people that do not want to be followed.
What about the allegations that you recruit the most vulnerable for tests that end up killing people?
Your time to go.
You finished, Mr. Brock?
Was that a threat?
You had to learn how to hide in plain sight. I'm pretty good at it. But you suck. Whoever you are.
I work at the Life Foundation, and I need your help. We found something. We call them symbiotes. Carlton Drake believes that the union between human and symbiote is the key to our evolution.
I'm feeling really sick. I'm hearing a voice. Eddie. You're not real. You were just in my head.
I'm gonna need Mr. Drake's property back.
I don't know. Why would we do that? If you're gonna stay, you will only hurt bad people.
The way I see it, we can do whatever we want. Do we have a deal?
Are you willing to sacrifice the one thing you hold most dear? You should be extremely afraid. What the hell are you?
We are Venom.
Okay, so they first start out with the tone, which has been pretty consistent. Let me scroll through here and let me just see, like, kind of the issues that I kind of had for it. So he says that he has to go do his job and he finds out who bad people are and such. So I guess he's an investigator or something like that. So my first thing is that why would he be putting himself out in the light like that? Why would he just be going up to people and saying, "Oh, I'm gonna interview you and I'm gonna ask you like the most damning of questions"? Like, if the allegations are real that this guy kidnaps people or whatever and then makes them suffer, why would you openly just go up to them? It's kind of like going up to some kind of cult group and being like, "Oh, hey, I heard about this," and they know who you are, they know your face and everything. So, and then the part where he says, "I'm really good at hiding from people, but you suck." And I'm kind of wondering who he's talking to at this point. I guess he's talking to the woman that's in that grocery shop, but why would you give away your identity? Why would you just go up and say, like, you suck? Like, you're blowing your cover and just to tell someone that they suck at being undercover. And also just that delivery, I think that it could have been better, where he said, "Whoever you are." I think that could have been done way better. Also, one of my biggest problems with this trailer, it's just like, this one's just really kind of a nitpick, but at the very end when, he got attacked by the person, and then he just runs out of the building, and you see him in that shot where he's just like running out of the parking garage. Do you think that they would have, I mean, it might be answered in the movie, you never know, but don't you think that there might have been squad cars or people with guns? If this guy is as huge and powerful as he says he is, or the film is making him up to be, don't you think that there would be more guards chasing him outside of it? Now, this is the problem that I start getting into, is that films are fine if they want to try to find a balance between their tone, but now this trailer seems to kind of be going like into a comedic role, and I'm not sure where they're going with it. Right when Eddie says, "Why would we do that?" So it's fine. I just don't know if they're trying to go into that area of like, we want to make it dark, but we also want to make it funny. And oh yeah, this is another big complaint that I had about it, was when Eddie is talking to the symbiote, or Venom, symbiote, or whatever they call it. Well, I know what they call it, but the film, they call it symbiote, blah, 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 whatever. and he's talking to Venom, and he says, "We will only hurt bad people." And then the stupidest line is said by Venom, which is, "The way I see it, we can do whatever we want. Do we have a deal?" That doesn't really follow logically. That sentence doesn't really make sense to me. Unless he was threatening Eddie, but it doesn't look like he really is. He's just saying... I don't know, like, the connection of logic within those two sentences does not make a whole lot of sense to me. Yeah, and the "we are Venom" thing, that's fine. That's just kind of like the big reveal moment to the audience and such. And, you know, it's fine because he's facing down a villain and such. But I have an issue with the third one. We'll get to that in a sec.
I'm Eddie Brock. I'm a reporter. I always seem to find myself questioning something the government may not be looking at. I found something really bad. And I have been... Who said that? Taken.
Look around at the world. What do you see? A planet on the brink of collapse. Human beings are disposable. But man and symbiote combined. This is a new race, a new species. A higher life form.
What do you want from me? You'll find out.
I'm so sorry. We cannot just hurt people.
Look into my eyes, Eddie. The way I see it. We can do whatever we want. Do we have a deal? Eyes, lungs, pancreas, so many snacks, so little time.
That power, it's not completely awful.
You have no idea how much you're scaring me right now.
Eddie, cooperate. And you just might survive.
Guys, you do not want to do this, trust me.
Giant leaps will always come at a cost.
We will eat both your arms and then both of your legs, and then we will eat your face right off your head. You will be this armless, legless, faceless thing, won't you? Rolling down the street like a turd in the wind.
What the hell are you?
We are Venom.
Oh, I have a parasite. Yeah. Name is Chen.
Okay. Now, this is when the movie really starts kind of getting confusing for me. Because it seems like that they're not sure what kind of tone they're going for. They seem... In this one, it's much more comedic. And the tone is just not as dark as the other ones. And what's interesting is that this film is shot not like a superhero film. Which is fine because they're going for anti-hero. But it's like there's so much darkness in this. And it's shot like a horror film. Let me see. Okay, so yeah, so Evil Guy is saying, like, I want to merge the symbiote with people and such. And, you know, at this point, that's fine, but we still really haven't been told a plot. All we know is that this is a film and that it has Venom in it. And I feel like that's just what they're banking on, which is fine if people want to go see that. I mean, I certainly want to see that part. I would hope that this film has really cool moments in it with Venom. And I think that's just what a lot of people want out of it. But, You know, that's my just like my emotionally fun side where it's like, oh wow, that's awesome, and then there's the critical side of me that's like, oh, look at that. I also like Venom's voice. I feel like that, like, you can really tell that they're starting to edit more with it and make it sounds more organic and alien-like and such, and it sounds really cool. When he says eyes, lungs, pancreas, so many snacks, so little time, again, I don't know, it just, like, why? Like, why say that? Like, I don't know, it's, So yeah, so I forgot to say, so when he's holding up that guy, if you actually look at him, he's not emoting. You know, you can obviously tell that he's just kind of being held up by something. On green screen, he's not reacting to Venom at all. He doesn't look terrified really. And then when Venom licks him, it just looks so, I don't know. He doesn't look scared. He's just like, oh god, like a tongue. Why? The shots with Venom in it are actually kind of cool. Like, it looks interesting. And then you got like a Terminator T-2000 in this. I wonder where that's going. And then you have this cool moment at the very end of the trailer where it looks like a painting almost, where it looks like maybe anti-Venom and then just regular Venom. And they're fighting each other. Which, I mean, like, if you just look at it, I mean, it's a pretty cool image to look at. But I guess they're going to go with I don't know, this just kind of seems lazy to me and boring, where it's the exact same person. It's just like a mirror opposite of you. I mean, it can be done well, but it's been done so lazily, like with Black Panther, and what else? I can't really recall off the top of my head, but there's just so many films out there where they just kind of have like both of like it's just a different suit, like Iron Man, and I don't know, that doesn't really add too much to the character for me. If there's more in-depthness to the character, kind of like Spider-Man 2, because those are two opposite characters, where it has Peter Parker versus Dr. Octavius. And he's the complete opposite character-wise, where he's successful, he has his business, he knows what he's doing with his life, and Peter Parker's the complete opposite of him. And those are actual character traits that are interesting, but where you're just like, oh, he's the opposite. He's just a different shade of color, or different shade of goodness or badness or whatever. Then it's like, nah. And then my biggest issue with this is at the very end, when Venom is talking to, I guess he's a burglar, he was burglarizing the supermarket, and he is doing this comedic thing where it's like, we will eat your face, we will eat your eyes, and then we will eat your legs, so that you'll be walking down the street like a turd. It's just, I don't know, it just, what is it with all this Venom and eating people and such? Like, I just don't really understand it. And then the biggest, I don't understand this. Why, like, is this going to be his catchphrase throughout the film? Because it seems like he's already done it twice, where he says, "We are Venom." And why does he just show this random mugger, like, his true form? Why does he show him his face? Like, why does he do this cool transition? I feel like that should be saved for the villain. So, you know, I mean, but at the very end, when he says the line of, "I have a parasite," that's actually pretty clever. That's pretty funny. So, I don't know. I mean, I'm looking forward to watching this as much as I'm giving it shit. I'm looking forward to the parts where Venom's actually in it. Now, if the parts that actually have Venom in it are actually fun and interesting and fun to watch, it might be good, but I don't know. I mean, it's made by Sony, and Sony has just churned out crap after crap recently. And apparently the new Slender Man film was crap. I haven't seen it, but yeah. Anyways, those are my thoughts on Venom. I'm still going to go see it. I hope that when it actually Venom shows up, those will be fun to watch. And if they are, then I'll just Google fun clips with Venom in them on YouTube, because that's probably what this film is going to be. Alright, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts. Be interesting to actually discuss, not just get angry at each other because we have differing opinions. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. Bye.